My son, Ben, he's 6 years old. He has cerebral palsy, he has hydrocephalus, he has polymicrogyra, a bunch of other names I can't even remember or pronounce correctly. He is unable to walk unassisted. He uses a walker as a main means of mobility, which has been wonderful watching him progress to using a walker, but it's kind of been hard for him now that he is 6. He wants to do more than what he's able to do. So he's used to the traditional physical therapy. We've tried things through the hospital, we've tried swim, we've tried CME, we've tried everything and anything we can try, and it was helpful, but it was hard, it wasn't fun, it's just a lot on a 6-year-old to do. So for a while we've been looking for an alternative therapy to use. And in the years before, 2 people actually mentioned Breakthrough to us, and it just didn't I just had so much going on, looking with everything else he had going on. It didn't seem like I could have put on another thing on his schedule. But then once my son got selective dorsal rhizotomy surgery in February, almost a year ago, we realized the traditional therapy just really wasn't enough, and let's just take a look at Breakthrough and see what you guys had to offer. And we're so glad we did. It was just very hard. Before we started Breakthrough, it was very difficult getting Ben to want to go to therapy, especially when sometimes he has therapy at 7:30 in the morning, like during the school day. Like what kid wants to get up at 7:30 and then sit and do all this hard work? It's just not fun. We've never had an issue getting him here, which is really nice. It's for a 6-year-old to want to come to therapy, that's been a game changer for us. Before we started going to Breakthrough, I think the most concerning thing I had for Ben, I was worried about him just not progressing, him getting stuck. We haven't really had that here. He keeps pushing, and every week we come, he's adding more miles on the treadmill. He's increasing things where he's not just stagnant. I was also really nervous about self-esteem. I would say that was one of the biggest reasons I wanted to come here, is I felt like that was something that was starting to not show as much. He was definitely more in his head, getting more aware of his limitations, and I feel like when he's here or comes here, he doesn't feel that way, ever. I think just his mindset, but the first thing is very obvious. He's just happy. He doesn't complain, he just wants to do it. He wants people to be proud of him. His mindset is it's amazing. I can see him trying so much harder than he's ever done before. It's changed in the best way. He used to be very less confident, I would say, really stuck in his head, but now when he comes, I don't see that at all. He'll come in and announce himself. He'll be like, Benny's in the house. Where he doesn't do that anywhere he goes. He's very he's like a turtle in a shell. He's been going to school for 2 years and they don't see that side of him. And he's been coming here since August, and he's literally like a little mayor. We love the atmosphere. We love being around people who are positive. Every time we come here, we don't feel like we are annoying anybody. They can be comfortable. It's like a second home. It's very just positive and motivating, and seeing other children and adults that are similar to Ben has really been good for him, because where we usually go, he's the only one that's physically disabled. He doesn't have anyone else to look and feel. He's not the odd one out. He's very much just blends in, which is really which is one of the things I think I value the most. I think what I love more about Breakthrough is because it's not I won't say traditional style therapy, but because it is a little bit different, I get to see him do things differently. And I can see, wow, he can do that. It's something I wouldn't have tried at my own home, or I'm not comfortable enough doing because I'm not sure. And then I see, oh, he can do that. And I can do that at home. All right, you can see that? And he walks away and he's like, did you know I can do 25 minutes on the treadmill, like incline at 2 or whatever he's at now. I just think seeing what he can do and how far he can do it has been really good. Like I said, the other therapies I've been to has been like, they just stop right before he can really push through, and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe next time he'll get it. We were on the fence because I kept saying, I don't know what makes more sense for him. How can I add another day? After having one session here, we eliminated swim. It was like one more thing, we're like, wait, let's just weigh out. This one is way more important. This one is definitely worth coming to. It was just the approach, the environment, it's just different, but it's the best different you could hope for. It's, I don't know, it's just, I would be very surprised if somebody came and did not leave feeling just a weight off of their shoulders. I think the one thing I would think is amazing about Breakthrough that I hope everyone knows is the SIP shops. When Charlotte has gone to one session of SIP shops, I think that's important. Every time she's ever gone to Ben's twin, every time she's ever gone to a therapy along with Ben, you know, she's not really included because the focus is on Ben, but in Breakthrough it's not really like that. They understand that it goes beyond just the person who is disabled or handicapped. It is definitely a whole family. It affects the domino effect, and everyone has a different perspective, and it's easy to get swept under the rug. And that was another thing we were on the fence of doing because our schedule is so busy. But after Charlotte had the one session, we feel so grateful for that SIP shop, for that event. And I think that it's so crucial for parents to be aware of that because it's easy to forget how everyone else is affected and what needs they need to be met during life when you have a child with physical or any sort of disability. And I think that was amazing. That's like, no one has that. I've never been to a therapy where they are thinking outside of the box. Oh my God. Oh my gosh.
Good bloopers.
I can't. Oh, thanks, now that you walked all over. Okay, you wanna say hi?
Say hi.
What do you love about Breakthrough?
I love about Breakthrough that I can watch the people do the work and do drawing with my mom.
Sense of community and family. I love my son's physical therapist at another place we go to, but unfortunately it ends there. Like there's no beyond that session where it doesn't feel like that here. We're on Facebook, we're connecting. I have messages with another mom who comes here, knowing that you can probably find someone in a similar situation or have gone through something similar. It's so comforting to know that that's here. I don't have that elsewhere. The community, I think, is, if not more, in a way, more important than the actual equipment because it makes a difference. It helps mindset, it helps motivation. He's a different kid working out. He doesn't even know he's working out when